What's going on, my beautiful people? What's going on? It's your man Johnny Hawkins, aka the Vibe Master, coming at you with a topic that I hope will be somewhat thought provoking and will cause you to say, interesting. That's sort of what I do. Um, to those that know me well, this is what I've been doing most of my adult life. To those of you guys that don't know me and are getting to know me here on Facebook, hey, this is me. I'll be honest and I'll say to you, I am both an attorney and counselor, and I'm proud and blessed to be that. But I counsel a whole lot, and the blessing for me is that people from all across the country, some of those that you see on television and hear on the radio, and even on the big screen, have come to me in the past to get some advice. So, for some, what I talk about may not be so important. That's okay. Um, it's not for you, and to others, it may add some enlightenment or cause you to think a bit, so that you know what I mean. You get another perspective. Okay, but again, I do what I do out of love. I do what I do to create what I like to call teachable moments. And I do what I do hoping that, hey, if one, just one, gets something from it, then the world's a better place. Topic for today is, what's your story? What's your story? What's your story, beloved? Now, in my mind, me being the simpleton that I am, I envision all of us as having gotten here based on an assignment. God assigned us, our spirit, our soul, to a human form by way of parents, who then, by way of conceiving and then delivery, what? Created us. All God driven. Then we came to be what we are. And God allows, right, any and everything to occur on this world. Some things not so good, and some things absolutely amazing, right? Just the things that we can experience, the fun, the fantasy, right? The blessings, the prosperity, our families, right? Our jobs for those of us that love what we do, um, and just our daily lives. To be living is a blessing, basically, is the way I see it. But it all started with an assignment. God assigned us to this life. God, with His grace and mercy and omnipotence, has allowed us to be here and given us a shot to live a life, to do with that life what we will based on free will. Free will, right? Just based on what we choose to do. Okay? Now, the life that we're given, we don't know how long it'll be. Some of us, it's 10. That is, for some of us and our beloveds, it's been 10, 20 years, 40, 50, 32 years, 36, hell, 100, 110. We don't know. But the most important thing about living is to live during the time that we're given, okay? To enjoy the fruits of our labor, to learn to love, and to love living. That's just the way I look at it. To go through the goods and the bads, the ups and downs, and appreciate that the life that we are creating, the history that we are creating, is on us when it comes to us. Her story for the beautiful women, and his story for the men of the brothers, all men. Okay? So we are creating a history for ourselves, i.e., a legacy, if you will, that down the road may be talked upon, may be talked about, may be shared with others. So my question to you is, what are you doing with this life that you've been given that then will afford you a history and a legacy to leave behind for your loved ones to talk about, to ponder, to share with what? Your grandchildren, your great nieces, your great-grandchildren, and other friends and family. This is your turn. This is your opportunity. This is my opportunity. Are you making the most of it? What kind of history are you creating in this life? Here's my point. The beauty of life is that any moment you can change what it is you're doing. One day you could have been for years doing a certain thing that you were not so proud of, but in a split second, you could have a change of mind, a change of heart, and say, you know what? I'm not doing that anymore. I want my history to be different. I want my her story, to be different. I want what people think about me when I'm gone to be this and not what it has been. You can do that, beloved, because you have free will. And every day that you're alive, you have the opportunity to get up and do and make that day what you'd want it to be. So this is not a challenge to you to change. It's just a moment. This moment in this video that I'm asking you to stop and pause to decide if you're satisfied with the history that you've made to date. If not, don't be too hard on yourself. See it for what it was. Be reflective. Ponder it, if you will. But then you, if you want to, decide to make a change. And then go on with your life, knowing that this is the one life that God has given you. This is your story, okay? This is your history in the making by you based on your free will. And you can make it look however you want it to look. Because guess what? God allows things to happen. Sometimes people wonder, well, why did God do that? Or how was that allowed to happen? How could that possibly happen? There are a lot of bad things that have happened, but there are a whole lot of good that I think outweigh the bad that have also happened. God allowed it. God would allow you, beloved, if you decide that you want to make a change, to make it so that your history moving forward is better than that's behind you, to do just that. You have free will. That's the beauty of living. This is your time. This is your time in history where you can do what you want to do to make life the way you want it to look for you and those that you love. Enjoy your life. Enjoy the process of making history. This is your time. So watch this. If you knew before you got here, but we don't, that God was going to say to you, I'm going to give you this opportunity with this life to do what you will. Go have a good time. What would you do? What would you do? And if that's the way you want to look at it, then thus far, have you done what you would have done or wanted to do? If you haven't, and you still have the time to change because you're living, then get on that track. Switch tracks. Switch it up. Make this life look the way you want because it's your history. I love you. I care about you. I know what I'm saying resonates with so many because I have to talk all the time. This is your life. It's your one and only life. Take full advantage of it. Enjoy it to the fullest. Do what you want to do. Make it look the way you want it to look by just being you. And if you haven't done that yet, then I pray that you get the courage to do that, to wake up on tomorrow to say, you know what? This is my one opportunity to live. It hasn't been the way I wanted it to look to date, but I'm switching that. And as of today, on this morning, upon awaking and being blessed, I'm going to live my best and my greatest life. God allows. I'm going to do exactly what I want to do with God's grace and mercy and acceptance. Live your life. This is your story. Make it a good one. This has been your man, Johnny Hawkins, with a quick word asking you, what are you doing with your story? God bless you. And remember, I wish you better, and I share because I care. Peace for now.